Millions of Americans have switched from old appliances to new energy-efficient models, with help from $300 million in rebates being offered by all 50 states. These new machines have some basic differences that we should all know about. And early show consumer correspondent Susan Koeppen is here this morning with the do's and don'ts. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning.
So we have 3 Energy Star appliances, and Susan's going to give us tips on how to use them. We should say that all of these tips came from industry experts.
Exactly.
So let's get started first with the dishwasher. What's the first thing we need to know?
I am about to say something that is going to change the way millions of Americans do their dishes.
Wow.
Okay? You no longer need to rinse your plates.
I don't believe you. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I do
You
not.
can scrape them, scrape away the food, but do not rinse. You actually need the dirt and the grime on your plates for the machine to work properly. The soap needs something to stick to.
Have you tested this theory?
I do not rinse.
Okay.
I do not rinse.
Okay. And how much soap do you need?
So very little. Use less than you think you need.
Okay.
If there's lots and lots of suds, that is a bad thing. So use a very little amount, because what you're basically doing is putting a lot of soapy residue on your plates. Also think about using a rinse agent. All of the experts, every single one, said use a rinse agent. It'll make your dishes look much better.
All right, so this is the rinse agent.
That's the rinse
ones that come in
agent.
these. Okay, how do you load the dishwasher? Is there a wrong way and a right way?
There is a wrong way and a right way. So when you're loading the dishes, first you're talking about your utensils, forks and spoons. You want the handle down,
Okay.
and you want to mix them up so they don't nest together.
I do that, but not for knives.
Knives, you want the handle
Okay,
up.
good.
It's
All right.
really a safety issue.
Right.
You don't want anyone to get hurt. And then when you're loading the dishes, you want big things on the outside and the backs, like a cookie sheet, and then everything facing in. So you want all the dirty dishes to face in
each
towards
other.
the center,
Okay.
so they can get nice
Towards
and
the
clean.
center. All right. Very
Okay.
good. Now, sometimes your dishwasher gets kind of a weird smell. Is there a cure for that?
A solution: open up the top rack, put in a cup of vinegar, and then run a full cycle and get rid of that musty, moldy smell.
By itself?
Yes,
Okay.
all by itself.
All right, let's move over
Okay.
here to this fancy washer. What do we need to know about these new washers, these front-loading ones?
If you switch to one of these, you're going to save about 5,000 gallons of water a year. So that's a major plus,
fantastic.
okay? But also use very little soap. Again, less is more. One expert said for a front-loading machine, all you need is a tablespoon of soap.
Are you talking about concentrated?
Yeah, and then also, very important, if you have one of the new machines, you have to buy laundry detergent that says HE on the front.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name names, but we have a coworker who did not use HE soap. He ruined his machine.
Was it Harry?
No, it wasn't Harry.
I'd like to
no.
blame poor
but
Harry
he's pretty high ranking, and he said, "What's wrong with my machine?" And I said, "Did you use HE?"
David Friedman.
No, not him
okay, I'm
either.
gonna stop guessing. All right, so these are bigger. How much more can you stuff in there?
You can put a lot in there. I mean, the water use is down, the capacity has grown, but when you load the machine, you want to be able to close the door easily. You don't want to try to, smash so much in there that that you have trouble closing the door.
What about if this gets smelly and moldy?
This gets smelly and moldy, which happens with these machines a lot. That's something you should know. After every use, you need to take a towel and you need to actually wipe down this plastic ring. You need to pull it back and wipe in there, okay? And wipe this and then leave it open. Leave the door open so it can sort of dry out. Also, you can run a cup of bleach by itself once a month to get rid of
Bleach
this.
in cold water, you taught me once,
Yes,
not hot.
yes.
Okay, let's move over to the dryer.
All right, dryer. All right, so high efficiency. So something that the experts told us, which may shock some people, when it comes to dryer sheets, okay, just use one. One expert
People
told us.
use more than that?
Yeah, people take a ton and just throw them in. So
I use
less
one.
is
Okay.
more again. Use one, use them not at all.
Got it.
Possibly. Also, the filter. You need to clean the filter every single time, either before you use it or after you use it. And wash this every 6 months. Scrub it down with a nylon brush with warm, soapy water.
And are these rebates still available? Is there still money in the rebate program?
It depends on the state. New York, for example, it had 18 million. It's down to 6 million now, but states like Kansas, they're all done, out of money already.
All right. Susan, thank you so much.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.